We're joined by Eric Trump, Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, and of course, son of the former President of the United States. Eric, welcome back to Newsmax. How are you?
Hey, Greg, it's great to be back. We're doing very well, my friend. We're doing very, very well.
Indeed. I don't like the harassment that is still taking place, it seems, of your dad and, people, Cy Vance snooping around. Is everything settled? What's the score right now?
Yeah, well, listen, the score is the same as it's been for the last, 5 years, frankly. They'll do anything to try and disqualify my father. They know he's, the strongest political force, Greg, on this side of the aisle by far. There's never been anybody who's had the following of him. There's never been anybody who's had the support of my father. And they'll do anything they can to try and take the guy down. And they did it with Russia, and they did it with Ukraine. And you saw how they went after his Supreme Court justices, and they tried to impeach him when he was out of office. And these people will just never stop. They will never, ever stop. And every single day they come after our family. They subpoena our family. They attack our family with one goal in mind, and that's to disqualify and discredit and harass a political rival. And, Greg, it's something that you would think you would see in a third world country. I never thought that America would ever see that kind of behavior. And, but this is the game that the Democrats play. They weaponize legal systems every single day. And, the good news is we're really honest people. We've got absolutely nothing to hide from. And frankly, they've been at it for 5.5 years, right? If they had something, wouldn't they have done something about it already? But again, this is the U.S. political system, and it's devolved in a major way. And it's just something that, we deal with every single day because we don't have a choice, and we just keep on fighting. And Greg, we're going to win it again one of these days. I promise you that. We're going to win it again, and we're going to stop this nonsense.
Well, Eric, you and your family have sacrificed so much. They were harassing you while your father was president, before and now after, and I don't like it one bit. And by the way, they're often doing, the other side, what they accuse our side of doing. Here is Joe Biden making a pledge during the campaign.
No one in my family will have an office in the White House, will sit in meetings as if they're a cabinet member, will in fact have any business relationship with anyone that relates to a foreign corporation or a foreign country. Period. Period. End of story.
When you've been around for 50 years in politics, you know the rules so well, you know how to get around them. And I want to point this out right now. The Biden administration has all kinds of people related to each other. Let's go through it. Steve Ricchetti, the White House counsel. He's got family members throughout the administration, all over the place. Jen Psaki, her sister, actually has a pretty big job in the administration as well. Senior advisor, Health and Human Services. And it goes on and on. Ron Klain and his wife. The deputy White House chief of staff, Bruce Reed, has a daughter in the administration. The national security advisor, Jake Sullivan, has several relatives all over the place. Again, it's not quite, like I said before, he knows the rules so well, he knows what he can get away with.
So, Greg, let me ask maybe two questions. First of all, so it's okay for Hunter Biden to sit on Ukrainian energy boards, and it's okay for him to sell, arts and crafts paintings that he's doing in his basement for $500,000 to undisclosed purchasers around the world. But that's not having a job in the administration. I'd say that's having a job in the administration. The other really interesting thing is I had 3 family members in the administration. My father, who was president, my sister, and Jared Kushner. And my sister and Jared Kushner and my father were also passionate about the actual cause at hand. You know what they did? They turned down their salary, and they were actually taxed on a salary that they didn't take because of income, right? Because it's effectively a donation back to the government. They gave up every single penny of their salary, and they did amazing things. What my sister did for women's rights in the country was unbelievable. What she did for paid family leave was incredible. What Jared did in terms of creating, peace in the Middle East and negotiating peace in the Middle East, how hard he worked on that project and so much other, great stuff. And guess what? They made absolutely zero from that. I want to go see what all those people that you just mentioned a second ago, I want to see how much money they make. What are their salaries? Are any of them foregoing their salaries? Is Joe Biden, is the president of the United States like my father did, is he foregoing his salary? I don't think so. They never have. They've been grifters on this government for their entire lives. Joe Biden has never had an actual job. Neither has his son, other than frankly, selling access to the United States government. And it's disgusting. And, you know, my sister never did it. She never took a penny, and she was incredibly effective. And you know what? I wish we actually had effective people like Ivanka and Jared within this White House. Something might actually get done, because when you look at their policies, they are destroying this country every single day.
And it wasn't a secret, of course. Jared and your sister, we saw them every day. It was understood. And there they were. And you mentioned the buck a year salary. And let's talk about Hunter Biden. Nobody thinks he's a real painter, but this does seem to be a scam, according to, by the way, the Obama administration's chief ethicist. There's a guy named Walter Schaub. He's kind of big on Twitter. And he reported this: let's let foreign governments or anyone else funnel hundreds of thousands of dollars anonymously to POTUS's relatives through subjectively priced commodities like hotel charges, real estate purchases, and art. Oh, wait, art is completely different. You see what he's getting at here. So this is a real issue. Well, listen, what's the latest on 2024? Where's his heart right now? What can you tell us? There are a lot of people who want him back, but I would imagine he's taking it, you know, he wants to wait and see.
Yeah, well, Greg, a lot of people want him back, to say the least. You know, there's half this country right now that feels like they don't have a spokesperson. They have no voice. You've got another major amount of the country who thinks that they made a terrible mistake electing this guy. There's a lot of questions on that, but a lot of people are saying we made a major mistake. You see what's happening to fuel prices. You see what's happening to commodity prices. You see what's happening with inflation around the world. You see what's happening with Putin literally hacking our countries, the lack of respect. You see what's happening, the mess that's the southern border, millions of people coming over the southern border. Crime is spiking all throughout the country, and I could go on and on. And, you know, you have a lot of people out there who say, you know what, I really miss Trump. You know, I might not have liked every single tweet he sent, but the guy was incredibly effective. We had the best economy, and we had the lowest unemployment. I mean, you have businesses, Greg, all over this country that can't even open up because they can't get employees because of these ridiculous stimulus packages. And there's a lot of people that are missing Trump. And I think every single day that Biden messes up our nation, I think it further incentivizes my father and, frankly, our entire family to do it again. And I've told you this offline. I think 2022 is going to be an absolute bloodbath for the Democrats. I mean, I think we're absolutely going to do incredibly well. I think 2024 is going to surprise everybody. Listen, he's making it easy. This guy is making it easy with his incompetence, and we're going to walk through that door. I'm telling you, we're going to walk through that door.
I'm glad, because the door is open in 2022 and 2024.
The door. It's a big door, and it's very open, Greg.
Yes, indeed. Well, Eric Trump, Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, also husband of Laura. Give her our best, and all those kids as well, and your dad.
I will.
To be continued. Many thanks, Eric Trump.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.